So clear this up because we talked about this on the reunion special with Brianna and Eric. As far as what's going on in that area, there's been all this talk about it was sold, it wasn't sold, it was
It was.
closing, it's becoming a park. What?
Yeah.
So it's what is this thing? What's happening with this place? It's
All right.
such a
So
huge.
I'll give you the real story of how this went down. So it was clear that the owners, there were three siblings, wanted to sell, or two of the three wanted to sell. And many residents came to the township asking them to try to get involved. And they were not super receptive to that publicly about getting involved and trying to take the property. And so a deal was struck between the siblings and a developer, and a developer bought the entire tract of land for $3.2 million. I forget which one off the top of my head. I think it was $3.2 million, which is a steal. I mean, this is a 63.5 acre property. And then their plan was to put in 52 homes, which obviously would have pretty major impact on the community. And we knew that neighbors didn't want this, and we certainly didn't want it. Part of our platform was trying to protect open space and keeping the township, a place with trees and life and not as much traffic if possible. So that was very important to us. And we ran on the idea that we would try to save Mermaid, have the township purchase it, handle it through eminent domain if necessary, but that we were committed to preserving this land. And didn't hear much from the other side until the primary, when it kind of, I think, became more clear that this was what the community wanted. And so then everybody was saying, we're going to save Mermaid. And the then board was working to try to then protect it with a different level of urgency than I certainly perceived prior to that point. So the township entered into some negotiations with the developer, and those had been ongoing for a while. And finally, we came to an agreed upon sale price, and the township purchased it at that price. And the price is quite a bit more than 3.2 million. I think we were 8.2 million, about that. But the reason for it is, the original sale price was a steal. Obviously, the owners did not understand what the property value was. And the development company who's in this for a living, buying and selling of property to develop, they are aware of what the property is worth. So we had our own evaluation done as the township, what the property cost. They did theirs as well. And quite frankly, we still got, you can't take the property for less than it's actually valued for. So yes, we bought it for more. But if we hadn't paid that price, we couldn't have taken them to court and said, see, we want to take this for 3.2. It doesn't work that way. It's worth more than that. So we actually in court would have probably wound up paying millions more than the 8.2 that we bought it for. So yes, they made a huge profit for having a property for less than a year.
But that's why you move fast and you're in those industries to flip it.
Yeah. So as far as what it is now, the pool is in disrepair, and there were lots of structures that needed to come down that were not safe. So those things have been cleared. The pool has not been cleared out of the property. It's still there. But it is in the middle of the floodplain. Like, there would be problems with keeping the pool. So I can't say with any commitment one way or another what is going to happen to it. The township's putting out a survey to try to feel out the residents. What do you want to do with this? And it will probably be years of us working in stages to add things. So for the time being, it's open today as trails. They've mowed some paths, and they've fenced off places that would be unsafe for people to go. But you can go and walk the beautiful area. They've done a lot of work to clean it up. So any Whitpain folk or people feeling nostalgic who want to take a drive down, it's supposed to be a beautiful weekend. So go enjoy, go enjoy Mermaid.
I've stated many times that I did 2 years of summer camp at Mermaid Lake. So it holds a special place in my heart.
I get it. My husband and his twin brother worked there through high school and college too. So when I was going over for one of my private visits as supervisor. He's like, I could give you a tour. I'll drive you around. So I know it's a special place for a lot of people. So I'm hopeful that we'll get a pool. And I mean, this is going to be such a gem for the community. And the fact that it's not houses and we can all use it, no matter what we eventually wind up getting in there, I think it'll be really usable.
That's
Like we've
fun.
talked about pickleball, because that's a big thing. And the basketball courts, I think, are close to being usable already. So lots of places for people to be.
That's an exciting story, just about, your run into politics, and